Yeah, that sounds much better.
Nice and professional. Good job, 8.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Insanity Check coming back at you. Once again, Ken, Skillet Sauce, and the professional man.
The professional 8. So professional.
I think I should pause. Do you guys want to start out with any homophobic insults or comments to each other?
I don't know
this
what you're
week?
talking about, man.
No?
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
For those who don't believe that Skillet doesn't know what I'm talking about, or who do believe that Skillet doesn't know what I'm talking about, just click backwards to last week, week before that. Then you probably know what I'm talking about.
Nah, I'm cool with 8 today, man. I'm cool. You cool with me today, 8? This motherfucker ain't even listening.
I guess 8 is not cool.
I did find it funny, watching last week's show, him dying laughing, hearing him in the background completely.
How did this happen?
With the stupid snake nigga.
Yeah, but you don't watch the shows.
No. When you sent it to me, in order for me to send it to people, it has to come on, and then I have to be able to. It has to come on in order for me to share it.
I know that.
Yeah. So then I don't know how I got to that part, but yeah, I don't watch the show.
He's one of those artists, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He doesn't watch himself.
Yeah. Once I put it out there, it's out there.
So today, it's hot again.
Yeah. It's the high was 81 degrees on October 1st, which
October.
It makes no sense, but then again, it's probably, I would say that it's abnormal, but no, today, the way things are currently, that's absolutely normal. Mm-hmm. The fact that, I'm pretty sure on Thanksgiving it'll probably be 75 degrees or something like that, and then, April 19th will probably be a blizzard, so who the hell knows?
Yeah. Anyway, folks, we're going to start off today with a story that I've always been curious about. I've had discussions with people about this, here and there over the years. Talking about porn.
You've had discussions about porn.
Sure. Those women who still turn their nose up and how dangerous it is and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And
dangerous in what way? Dangerous just
the way that this poor couple apparently found out how dangerous it could be, because these stories come up every 5-6 years or so, 7 maybe perhaps, and people are always like, wow, yeah, because you're having sex in porno movies without, by and large, without protection. This is what happens. But I keep having to bring these points up to people. I'm like, and even I sometimes, as much porn as I watch, even I.
You still watch a lot of porn?
I go in spurts.
In spurts, huh?
Ching. Yeah, there you go. Nothing, no applause. Fuck you. The amount of fucking. Even I sometimes am still amazed at how much porn there is out there in the world still. So basically, a porn star couple called for condoms to be made compulsory because they caught the monster. They got AIDS. Porn star couple were both diagnosed HIV positive, have called for condoms to be compulsory in the industry. Cameron Bay and Rod Daly became infected with the disease while working this year. At a press conference in Hollywood, Mr. Daly, 32, criticized industry bosses for failing to promote safe sex, as if they ever do. He said, ultimately, it's a business, and their main concern is money and not their performers. Duh. The couple were among several porn stars who caught HIV.
Yeah, it's been
this
a really
summer.
bad summer for the porn industry. It's been a really bad summer for the porn industry.
Which led to production being stopped at several sets in the U.S. The most recent ban on filming are scheduled to end this week. This article came out on September 20th, so that was about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Speaking out for the first time since contracting HIV, Miss Bay, 29, added, when something happens, it kind of falls off. When something happens, it kind of falls off and you don't really mean much except that you're a liability to them and their money making. Industry officials say the recent infections have not been tracked back to film sets and most likely occurred through the actors' private lives. Which
of course, that's what
is
they're going to
possible.
say there.
Well, yeah, but it is also possible.
It is possible, but I mean, I often wondered how these people's personal lives, I mean, you figure you're having, I guess, theoretically unprotected sex, but, they have to go, because I remember seeing something with Ron Jeremy, and he said, before every shoot, they had to have, an AIDS test and everything right then and there before they, did whatever scene they did.
I think I heard is it at the very least it's monthly. At least
I know he was doing his before every particular, but then again, his films could have been once a month. I don't know, but I know, he just made a point to say they were pretty strict when it came to that. But I'm thinking, if your whole job is wrapped around sex, I can't imagine, maybe I'm being naive, that these people were necessarily swingers. I figured, since they are a couple outside of the business, they probably would be monogamous with themselves outside of their jobs. I don't know. I just don't think that, because
not necessarily. I mean, I
think they would be wild and just like having unprotected sex with anybody?
I mean, I think it depends. I've heard Sarah J. She's this fake jugget
from Detroit, right? She's from Michigan, right?
I'm not sure where she's from, but I mean, she was on a YouTube video with the chick who did the mainstream movie, Gianna Michaels. Gianna Michaels?
Yeah. That was in the Piranha.
The Piranha movie, yeah.
Yeah.
They apparently are friends. They've done movies together, et cetera, et cetera. They were talking about their social lives outside of the porn biz, and Sarah J was like, she has just friends. She has special friends. She's not dating anyone seriously right now. She was married. So it's kind of normal. I mean, I'm sure that's depends on the person and how they feel about things, and I guess whether they were traumatized, raped, or whatever. As everyone believes that you have to be in order to be in a porn business. But I always again, my whole thing is, I mean, I have to believe that the porn industry, for the most part, are careful. I mean,
they have to, because that's their business.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like,
it behooves them to be safe as possible.
If you have some type of outbreak, and I guess you can call this an outbreak if it's like even like half a dozen people. Again, every 5 or 6 years. For people who make thousands, the industry makes thousands of porn movies a year. Again, the FDA says that you are allowed a certain amount of rat shit in whatever food that you're making.
Dogs, in the hot dogs and shit like that, yeah.
Yeah, in your factory.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can't stop all the rat shit. So they're just like, just keep it to this amount and you're good, and pretty much most likely whoever eats it won't know it.
The person that bites the rat shit dog,
they won't know it, and they won't, die from it or get sick from it or whatever. But it's allowed. It's in the FDA room. So, I mean, this is the rat shit.
Yeah, but I understand, but it's not like, the fear of ingesting rat shit is nothing like the fear of contracting what people feel is a potentially fatal
People get pretty
disease.
skeeved out about eating rat shit.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be happy about eating rat shit. You're probably going to be, quite upset. But, one thing is like, okay, I ingested some rat shit. Let me go take some Pepto-Bismol or whatever, maybe retch it up or whatever, and, never eat that hot dog again. But this is something that,
No, surely. I mean, well, as even Magic Johnson said, having HIV, and not that I want to have HIV, not that I think it's a cool thing or it's no big deal per se, even though you can get treated for it outside this country because this country wants to keep you on them drugs. But going back to my point,
it's not necessarily a death sentence,
right?
Yeah, I know, but still, people's perceptions.
Well, of course.
I was talking to old Chinese Mike, with the big calves and from Wingate, that dude. I gotta describe him like that because he looks like a centaur. The
Jamaican guy.
Yeah, the Jamaican Chinese dude. Yeah, and this guy's so stuck in like 1985. He's like, he thinks that AIDS is only from spread by those
gays?
Funny people. The funny people.
He was a disc.
Yeah. So
disco
literally, the dude is like stuck in a time warp, and he think, he's like, once you get that, your life is over. You might as well shoot yourself in the head. So he's like literally stuck in like 85 or something like that. So there are people out there that still think that if you get it, that's it. My life, the quality of my life is completely over. Just jump into an active volcano because it's over with. So it's different, like I said, than the rat droppings. But I understand your point with the percentages, of like even 20 people or 20 cases is so minuscule compared to the amount. And we're talking about just the regulated, governed porn, not even the amateur stuff and the stuff that people are making themselves. Yeah, making themselves and trying to sell the low end level stuff. You know, the stuff that's not even made, for Blu-rays, the stuff that's straight to the internet. So.
But you know what?
But still, it's still frightening,
right? And you know what? Let's just stick to the industry, because in these other segments that you just mentioned, maybe some people have gotten it, but it's not an industry thing, so no one reported it, etc. Again, just stick to the industry. You're still talking again thousands of movies made annually.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's unfortunate. What was Mr. Marcus giving everybody?
I don't know. He was burning up people. Was he?
It wasn't hepatitis, right? Was it hepatitis?
Was it hepatitis? Wait, 8 would know. 8. When you was dealing with Mr. Marcus, did he tell did he tell you what kind of shots he was supposed to take beforehand, man?
11 minutes. 11 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 11 minutes.
No, back shots. Oh, gunshots. Hey, you gonna try and look it up to see what it was? Okay. No. See, these people are trying to say,
syphilis.
Syphilis. Okay, I know you was burning people. You was giving them something. So, and these people, they want everyone basically to use condoms. Now,
I ain't for it.
Listen, to me, it's like I remember watching a documentary on James Bond, and they were like, well, like they tried to, what the fuck? They tried to basically neuter James Bond in the 80s by making him not smoke. He wasn't promiscuous. And, because they said, back in the 60s and 70s, he just found like whores all over the fucking world. And literally, James Bond's ridiculous. You just find a chick that just complete whores, and they just fuck all over the place. And they were like, listen, we there's a certain fantasy about this whole thing outside of the gadgets and all the rest of the stuff. And the whole condom was sort of like grounded in our reality. And they said it destroys the illusion of just some natural bond between this super spy and, this wonderful damsel or whatever. And when I watch the condom porn, it almost like you're watching this so you can fantasize.
Yeah,
you don't want to think about all of those fucking. I never. If it's a condom porn, I don't want to watch it.
See, and the funny thing is, in regular movies, I think about condoms all the time.
Oh yeah,
like that really stupid fucking movie. What was it, Knocked Up with Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
I'm like, you just met this chick, you just met this dude, and you had sex without a condom?
And then you bust in to compound it?
And then
get out of here.
You, as a hot white bitch, you then decide that I'm going to keep this baby with this fucking curly-haired loser. I just thought that was one of the stupidest things ever. But
yeah, that was ridiculous.
But the point is, when shit like that happens in these movies, I'm like, yo, they didn't use a condom.
Yeah.
Because fuck that.
But in a porn movie, it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be.
Nastiness.
Yeah, hot nastiness at that.
Hot slimy nastiness.
Yeah. But I mean, this is. I mean, it's unfortunate for these. What you over there laughing at, man? Oh, you don't watch porn, Nate? He had to go grab the mic.
It's not the porn. It's why did you have to grunt after that? After you made the comment,
he grunted. I didn't grunt. Yeah. I said, yeah.
Yeah, that was
because that's the sound. You weren't a Benny Hill fan?
No, Benny Hill was mostly silent though.
No, are you crazy?
Yeah, he didn't. It was mostly running around after naked chicks with music.
No, man, you didn't watch.
You didn't watch the show because all that.
Did. No, well, that's all I got out of it.
No, all that stuff. He was like, it was like, it was all this dirty
all that meat and no potatoes.
Yeah,
that was like one of the best lines.
Yeah, that was all the stuff that he did.
I don't remember him saying much. Benny Hill.
And then like the laugh from the old man whenever he would slap him on his head.
This motherfucker's. What are you?
I remember the old man.
Yeah.
The old white guy. Well, no, I'm 35.
Oh, see.
I'm old enough to remember Benny Hill.
Oh, okay. But you were like real little. Because, that was the first. That was the thing of
60.
Whatever, man.
63.
Yeah, 66. I'm 62, excuse me. But yeah, that was the thing. The whole, that was the thing that he would always do. And it was always ended off with a laugh.
Now, at my age, all I remember is him running around chasing
that
was
women.
That was at the end of the show.
Yeah,
that literally was the end of the show. Like when he would run.
Well, that's the part I would watch.
Then you didn't watch the show.
Who cared about the rest of the show?
This fucking guy. Whatever, man. But yes, that's why I had to do that because of the late, great genius Benny Hill. Very underrated.
How was his calves? Were they muscular?
Actually, I don't know. But I know to describe Chinese Jamaican Mike, you must describe him in two ways. He has these huge calves, and he pulls his shorts up to his fucking chest.
When you go somewhere and they ask about Ken, how do you describe him?
You mean to describe what Ken, like a short, wide dude with a bald
what do you
head?
say? Like if you were talking about Ken in a story on another platform, you would say what?
Big head.
You would say he has a big head.
Yeah.
Hey,
See,
at least
I set you up, man. I set you up.
At least
Come
you're
on.
packing, Ken.
Yeah. Ken packing the heavy lumber, right? Yeah. Notice, this guy's keying on calves and heads and knobs and all sorts of shit like that, and it's me.
No, I'm not keying in on it. But you trying to tell me that wasn't the most obvious comment that you just... The first thing you mentioned about somebody was, the guy with the big calves?
That's how
Who does that?
Well, Ken...
No.
Ken describes him as that.
No.
do.
Why is that your first description?
Because...
That's like me saying, what's up with the guy with the broad shoulders?
Well,
the guy with the nice biceps?
Now, mind you this.
The muscular forearms? Who does that shit?
I'll tell you who does that. If we had a conversation and you said... And I'm answering your question. Don't try and cut me off. I'm answering your question. If you said, yo, this broad... yeah. Ken described the dude...
You just took your mic off.
Yeah, I know. Cut my mic back on, motherfucker. Cut my mic back on, bitch ass here. Yo, Ken describes him as a dude with big calves. He was like, yo, that dude with the big calves, Mike. So that's why, just because there's like 3 Mikes that's at the park. So there's Fat Big Mike, there's Mummy Mike, and then there's this Mike. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Well, this indicated that this story segment is over.
Yeah. Because it's fucking hater right there, man.
Yeah, we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
We're trying to